Aesop Rock is doing something with his flow and None Shall Pass, and it's a little bit more interesting than you might originally think.
I was outside in the eye of the storm with a siphon of lore and a prize and award while avoiding the violent bazaar that is violence and war. True blue triumph is more like...
This is a rhythmic pattern known as the gallop, because it literally sounds like a horse galloping. If you've been a metal fan, you're probably already very familiar with the gallop because it's age old. Rhythm guitarists often use it in conjunction with the kick drum. Here's one of my favorite examples. When you break down what it actually is, it gets interesting. Let's get into it.
Hey, that's that rap science.
We can think of the gallop like this. Consider one beat subdivided into 4 notes. The gallop would simply be to remove one of these notes and repeat the phrase. Since we have 4 notes to choose from, we essentially have 4 different gallops. These are actually all the same rhythm, they just have a different phase relationship with the beat. They are displaced from each other by 1 note. And all of these different displacement patterns lend themselves to their own natural emphasis and their own feel. Now in the excerpt we heard earlier, Aesop is using the displacement pattern type C. But listen to what happens when I perform this same passage using the other displacement types.
Miles outside of the eye of the storm with a siphon of lore, out of prize and award while avoiding the violent episode that is violence and war. True blue triumph is more. Miles outside of the eye of the storm with a siphon to lore, out of prize and award while avoiding the violent bizarre that is violence and war. True blue triumph is more. Miles outside of the eye of the storm with a siphon of lore, out of prize and award while avoiding the violent bizarre that is violence and war. True blue triumph is more.
On the one hand, you might have recognized these displacement patterns as flows you've heard before. Your brother's the one that you're running from, but if you got money, get, cause I want some. That intro from Click by Kanye West is your type B displacement. On the other hand, you might have noticed that those other displacement patterns felt a little bit weird. That ain't because there's a problem with the patterns themselves. It's actually because there's a necessary synergy between word selection and flow composition when it comes to rap. Words have natural emphasis and meaning, so simply displacing an existing verse might lead to contortions and emphasis which just don't really work that well. You need to write or adjust lyrics for the particular pattern that you're choosing. If you know any verses that have type A or type D, drop them in the comments and let me know which type is your favorite. The lesson here is twofold. Number 1, the gallop rhythm has 4 forms. Number 2, you can switch your flow up just by displacing its position relative to the beat rather than changing the rhythm itself. Rappers, this is how some knowledge of basic music theory can really level you up. So if you want to keep leveling up, like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm out.